Hello, hello, check, check. Can you hear me? No vox. Okay, guitar is okay. Okay, let me do this. I'll just take this thing off. Hello. Okay, guitar is okay. Okay, let me do this. I'll just take this thing off. Good. Okay. So, I was just playing this track called Conversation. I released this cover, I think, end of last year. And it was actually originally a violin piece by the great violin player, the fastest violin player ever, named Subramaniam. And I got introduced to this track from Piklu Bhai, who is my guest today. He's not here yet. And if you are from Bangladesh, you all know about Aurthohin, Rockstrada, Maksud, Indhaka, Opus, and all these bands. And Pikluhai is actually, you know, one of the best metal players that Bangladesh has ever had. And his contribution to Bangladeshi rock and metal is, I can't really explain. So when I was a little kid, probably like 15, 16 years old, I started taking lessons from Pikluhai. And that was the time I mean, Shumon Bhai, Base Baba, Pikluhai, they all started Aurthohin. And they started recording their first album called Trimatrik, which you all know the songs like Guti. Let me try this. So riffs like that were all Piklu High's creation. And also, like, from my personal experience, like, he was the first person in Bangladesh to kind of get into the heavier metal stuff, like more uh, what we call, like, gent today and stuff like that. So I remember in the late 90s, one of the days I went to Pikluhai for a lesson, and he had his new 7-string guitar, and I don't remember anybody else having a 7-string guitar back then. And like the sounds that they created back then, like, kind of set a standard for Bangladeshi metal, and Aurthohin is still doing that. And besides that, Pikluhai also played in, you all know, Maksud Odhaka. And his latest band was Opus, which is also a fantastic heavy metal band. So Pikluhai just got here. He is joining us all the way from India. So Pikluhai, nobody can see you yet or hear you yet, but everybody's waiting for you, and I just gave you an introduction. So I'm gonna take myself off, and I'll give you the screen, and you can go ahead. And I'm sure everybody will have a lot of questions. So there you go, Pikluhai.
Thank you.
Hey, hi everyone. Which way do I look?
Okay, there we go. How is everybody? Yes, I'm 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 streaming here from India. Unfortunately, I'm not at home in Bangladesh. Can you guys hear me right? Is the
Is the
sound
sound
Yeah, I can
okay?
hear
okay?
you. You're like, yeah, the sound is perfect.
Okay,
Okay,
great.
great.
Now,
Now,
Rusho was my student a long time back. That's like what, 20 years back? More than 20 years
just
back.
back. I
Yep,
mean,
it's been
So
ages.
yeah,
yes,
so he
he
came
came
in and
in and
told me
told
that
me
he
that he
wanted to
wanted to
come in
come in
live.
live.
So
So,
I said, okay,
okay,
uh,
uh,
just
just
Adda
Heh,
Adda
Baji,
Baji
right?
karo.
heh. Pretty much Adda.
Right.
So,
Right, but
and I
I
I
can
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 see
see.
see
that
that
you
you
have a
have a
guitar
guitar
with
with
you.
you.
Yep. So I was just telling them. I just played the conversation. I sent you that backing track.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that was
I was
awesome.
playing over it, and I was
Mm-hmm.
telling everybody that you were the one who introduced me to this track, and also that first part, which was this.
Ah,
Ah,
So that was one of my lessons.
was
was
it?
it?
So you played it to me as a lesson one of the days, and
Okay.
that
Okay.
part stuck with me for the rest of my life. And I ended up covering that song. So we have uh, Naushad is saying, "Hi Piklu, hi, very kind of you to do it. You've been somewhat of a mystery," and I completely agree with that. You've been out of the music scene, and you've been mysterious, and I really, thanks a lot for joining today, Piklu.
No
No
problem.
problem.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got
I
out
got out
like
like
in
in
2005 or
2005 or
6.
6.
Um,
Um,
and
and
then
then
actually,
actually,
people are
people are
seeing
seeing
me
me
after all
after all
these
these
years
years
during this
during
time,
time,
during this
during this
lockdown.
lockdown,
Because
because
I've been
I've been
getting
getting
to
to
reacquainted
reacquainted
with my
with
favorite
the
instrument
instrument
and,
and,
loving it.
loving it.
Because
Because
normally,
normally,
life
life
happens
happens
and
and
don't get
don't
that
get
much
that much
time.
I
time.
mean, one thing I realized, right? If you have the music bug in you, the musician bug in you, you don't have to be in a band or
Right.
Right.
like go
That's
play
true.
live. But like I realized you can never quit. There's no quitting, right? You always
No,
have
there
No,
is
to.
no
there's no
quitting.
quitting.
Yeah. You always keep playing.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
problem is that the things that uh, run in my head or the things that I want to play when I come home at 9 p.m. or something, whatever, whenever, and the hands don't move, and then it's very easy to get get disheartened. So one thing leads to another, and then you don't get to play, and you don't get to play, and then you don't get to play. Uh,
uh,
Yep.
so
so
during this
this
time,
time,
what I was actually doing was I started. Uh, I was talking with this friend of mine, Iftikhar. Ifti, he's got a studio in Adab. Right? We hang out sometimes whenever I go to Dhaka. And he had done Breaking All Illusions, right? He covered it. So uh, from Dream Theater. So I said, okay, why don't I do? I got time now. I thought it'll be like only about a month of lockdown. Okay, let's give it a try. Let's see where it takes me. That's how the bug again started. And actually, I'm playing my son's guitar. Um, I don't have anything like so we are fighting with each other. Who gets more guitar time
So he
than the
plays
than
too.
other?
I
that.
didn't know that. You never told me that.
He is interested. He likes to watch. He likes to make noise right now. But no, he's getting interested. So let's see where it goes. But the thing is, like, whenever I want to play, he also wants to play, which is a good thing. If that's an influence to get him to get more instrument time, that's fine.
Yep.
I think
Think
I
I
cannot
cannot
read
read
anything.
anything.
I've
I've
got
got
such a
such a
bad
bad
eyesight.
eyesight.
You're on the phone, right? So I'll read the questions for you. So I had a
Yeah,
question from Norshad. He's saying, what will it take Piklu Bhai to start posting some clips of him ripping on the guitar? And that's,
Ripping
I
what?
have the same question.
Ripping what? Ripping my hair?
No, the guitar strings.
I
I
cannot.
cannot.
I cannot.
So the thing is,
I don't have that guitar. The video that I did of Chastain's piece, I don't know if you've watched it. The day after that, I broke string number one, the E string, high E string.
and over here everything's pretty badly locked up.
So
No string
stores, no guitar shop. In Dhaka, I guess people are still delivering things, but over here, no. So now I'm afraid. The electric has all the six strings, but I don't have any spare.
Let's see how.
Also, I was actually telling people that you probably had the first 7-string guitar in Bangladesh. I don't think if anyone else had it.
No. I think Jewel bought it.
Okay. Jewel Bhai from
or
Minhaz.
something.
Right.
Yes, he got the first one. And I think Lincoln played it
for sometimes. I don't remember. But he's got the first one. But I think I was the one who recorded it with the 7 strings.
Yep.
Yeah.
You were the one who actually used it. And even
commercially,
today,
I think.
even today, like there's so many kids nowadays, like 7-string guitar is a fad. I mean, I love low octave instruments like 7-string, 8-string. I can't really play it, but I see a lot of kids today, like they're playing 7-string guitars, but they're not really using it. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean,
but back then, you used those lower octaves, and like Aurthohin had some really heavy sounds.
Initially, when you get the 7 string, the tendency is just to use it like a low E string, right? Just it's a different register. So you do Metallica riffs in E instead of try it in B or A or whatever. But really trying to find out what chord voicings go for the other register. That's a different issue. Like lots of times, I think the gent guys just use it as a bottom thing, just to sound heavy. The same riff can be played in E also, and it'll be just like a normal heavy metal riff. Just like in odd time normally, you just take it down 2 octaves, or down a fourth or fifth. And since আমরা guitarist হিসাবে, we always tend to listen to E.
I think you're breaking up a little bit.
We shoot for E or A, right? So whenever it's in a different register, we think, oh, okay.
Can you hear me, Piklu?
Or video keeps frozen.
I think you're back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So good.
English na এখন Indian English হয়ে গেছে।
No, it's all good. Like I think most of the people here are from Bangladesh. There might be a few non-Bengali, so we're all good. So I'm gonna mute you for 1 second, and I'm gonna go over the comments real quick. We have about 20 plus people watching us right now.
Hang on a second. Hang on a second. You're freezing up. Hang on a second. Why don't you talk for a while? Let me see if I can input this thing.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Sure. Okay, so Dure Bhai, it's good to see you, man. So, guys, also whoever's watching right now, so Isha Khan Dure Bhai is also here, who is also another person like Piklu Bhai who contributed heavily to the Bangladeshi rock and metal sound. Like if you guys remember Charpotro, Onushilon, where Art Cell, Black, and all of these bands came from, like Isha Khan Dure Bhai, আমাদের Dure Bhai was that person. And I don't know if Dure Bhai remembers. So we recorded a song back in 99, I believe, which was me and my brothers. If you know BIM, Brothers in Madness, we just released a new song yesterday, by the way. Our first recording was a heavy metal track. Well, we did 2 songs in one day at Soundgarden, and Dure Bhai mixed us, mastered us, and he basically taught us how studio works. So the riff from that song, if I remember right, so something like that. I don't know if Dure Bhai is still here. And thanks a lot again, Dure Bhai, for watching. So I think Piklu Bhai is having some internet issues, so he should be back. And in the meantime, if you guys have any questions for him, Naushad, I see you have lots of questions, man. And that's awesome. What track do you consider your magnum opus? The one track where you have outdone yourself? For me, Piklu Bhai is one of my most favorite solo of Piklu Bhai is from Aurthohin Trimatrik album. The song is called Dure Bhaiয়ের মনে পড়ছে, Dure Bhaiয়ের মনে পড়ছে. Thanks a lot, Dure Bhai. So ত্রিমাত্রিকের একটা গান ছিল, the song was called ইচ্ছের বাচ্চা, and the end of it, Dure ভাইকে লাইভ চাই. Dure ভাই, আপনি লাইভে আসবেন নাকি? I don't know if you can hear me, but yes, Dure ভাইকে লাইভে চাই. So guys, if you have more questions, keep them coming. Or else we could keep it short and end it today and maybe come back again next week. Yeah, I haven't been regular about doing this thing. So there you go. We have Piklu Bhai back.
Yeah.
Piklu Bhai, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, so I was just telling everybody that Dure Bhai is also here. Dure Bhai is saying hi to you. And we should bring him to live, right? আমাদের সাথে নিয়ে আসি. Dure Bhai আসবেন? Do you want to come join? আরে Dure Bhai, আপনি নায়ক মি, আপনাকে আমি এখন Piklu Bhai, would you do me a favor? I don't have Facebook open, or no, what? You know what? Let me actually do it right now. Dure Bhai, আমি আপনাকে একটা লিংক দিতেছি, আপনি এখন এই লিংকে চলে আসেন. And give me just a second. I'm doing everything real time, so it's a bit. Dure Bhai, এই যে আপনাকে ইনবক্স করছি. Just click on the link and everything will be fine. Kaushik is saying আপনার বয়স কম.
আমার বয়স?
ও কার কথা বলতেছে আমি জানি না. সো আমাদের কিন্তু এর মধ্যে অনেক কোশ্চেন চলে আসছে Piklu Bhai. So
আমি শুধু দূরেই দেখতেছি.
না, I am highlighting a few questions, so there is one more for you.
Okay.
Can you see that question? So it's Naushad is asking, which one album changed your guitar playing aspirations forever?
Oh, that's a hard one, dude. That one.
For some reason, I was always
10 is hard.
হ্যাঁ, না আমাদের each one album, damn, মানে গিটার বাজানো, funny thing. Do you know why I played? Why I started playing guitar? We are like ইয়ের সময়, আগে ছোটবেলা মনে আছে যে ভোটের সময় সারাদিন ধরে টিভিতে প্রোগ্রাম দেখাতো, রাইট? ABBA in Switzerland, okay? And I was just a kid, like what, 10 years old or something. ওইখানে the guitarist had a, I think like he had a, like a star shape. I don't know, মানে তখনকার স্মৃতিতে মনে আছে it was like a star shape and very bright looking. So I wanted to play that, you know. Even but a guitarist ছিল, and they had like obviously the beyond the keyboardist. The guitarist could walk around, right? So I didn't want to get stuck in, you know, behind the big hunk of wood.
And I guess whoever grew up in the 70s or 80s, like, guitar was the coolest thing back then.
Yeah.
Like, the coolest thing you can be is a rock star playing guitar.
Right. তখন rockstar থেকে যেটা হতো, যেমন আমার ভাইরা, মেজো ভাই, they were into music. He's a doctor, but ওর ফ্রেন্ডরা খুব গান বাজায়। So they always had, মানে কিছু হলেই আমাদের বাসায় ফ্রেন্ডরা এসে মানে গিটার হারমোনিয়াম নিয়ে আজম খান গাচ্ছে, ওরে সালেকা মালেকা গাচ্ছে, মানে ওই 78, 79 এরকম টাইপ। সো ওই ওই জিনিসটা ছিল আর কি অলওয়েজ। হারমোনিয়াম বাজাইছে, মানে হারমোনিয়ামের পিছনে আর এটা খাইনি। So guitar was much better.
Yep. Yeah. So আমার স্টোরিটা ওটাই, like, আমাদের বাসাতে, like, there was always music. My brother Rupam, he also used to play harmonium, গান গাইতো. He had a teacher. So the music was always there. Like, it just happened. Right. So আমরা আরেকটা কয়েকটা কোয়েশ্চেন দেখি। So someone else asked, আমি এটা খুঁজে পাচ্ছি না, অনেক কোয়েশ্চেন চলে আসছে, যে can you share some memories or memorable moments from Aurthohin and Rockstar and those times?
Lots of memories actually. Like joining Aurthohin, আমার 99, right? সুমনের সাথে I was not in touch with Suman for quite a while, কারণ আমি মাকসুদে ঢাকাতে ছিলাম মাঝখানে, সো তখন অন্য ইয়েতে ছিলাম। সুমনও was busy with his music. I was not in with his touch, মানে not in his touch বলতে খোকা ভাই বাসায় মাকসুদে ঢাকা প্র্যাকটিস হতো, মাকসুদ ভাই বাসা তো মিরপুরে, সো I had to be around on those sides. সুমনের এই ধানমন্ডির দিকে যাওয়াই হতো। কি কাজে সুমনের অফিসে গেছি, সুমন মানে গল্প আড্ডাটা বলছি, সুমন হঠাৎ করে আমাকে বললো যে এই তুই এখনো বাজাস? আমি বলছি হ্যাঁ বাজাই তো। বাজাবি আমার সাথে? ওকে ঠিক আছে। দ্যাটস হাউ ইট স্টার্টেড। গিটার আছে? হ্যাঁ আছে, থাক ঠিক আছে কালকে নিয়ে আসিস। এই দ্যাটস হাউ ইট গট স্টার্টেড। তারপর কি, the first song we worked on was বেদনা চোরবল।
I was actually just talking about that song. So while you were gone, আমি সবাইকে বলছিলাম যে when I started, মানে when I became your student for the first time, ওই সময়টাতেই you guys started Aurthohin around that time. Right. And also I was just telling that one of my favorite solos of you is from Bedonar Chorabali. The last actor, there's a run.
Okay.
মানে আপনার যে কত সোলোস আছে, and like kids nowadays they don't even know. Now you should definitely get back to it again, man, and start recording. Man, nowadays you don't even need anybody. Just you have a laptop and a guitar. That's it.
As long as you get some time. Very easy. টাইমটা করার আমাদের মানে অর্থনৈতিক মেইন যেটা ছিল সেটা হচ্ছে যে লাইক সুমন ইউজ টু ডু এ সং। হঠাৎ মানে আমরা তো প্রত্যেকদিন প্র্যাকটিসে যেতাম, সুমনের বসে এই একটা গান করছি, এই জায়গাটা তোর সব আছে বাজা, মানে আউট অফ দ্য ব্লু আর কি। সো মানে টোটালি থিঙ্কিং অন ইউর ফুট আর কি। ম্যাক্সিমাম সোলোস রিফ টিফ নিয়ে হয়তো আমরা ওয়ার্কআউট করছি। ফার্স্ট অ্যালবামটা ওয়াজ মোর ওয়ার্কড আউট, লাইক সস্তা স্বপ্ন, অদ্ভুত ছেলে was definitely worked out. Shumon had the rhythm thing, then I came up with the just a
major 7 chord segments.
আচ্ছা, সস্তা স্বপ্নতে I remember that was also one of my lesson from you যে there was a slide piece এই যে something like that, right? And that was you, or was that Ponir Bhai?
That was me.
Because Ponir Bhai also played in Shasta Shop, or he was in the music video.
No, he was in the video.
Right. Yeah, so I think that's also the first Bangladeshi recording, for a rock song to use a slide guitar. I don't remember anybody using the slides.
I don't. I won't take credit.
Yeah, you are too humble, man. You have done a lot of things that no one has done before.
Just the plucking and the progression has something like bluesy something. And as usual, Shubhan had it in
C major, and playing slide in C major total progression is not very easy. J slide kono din bajay na. So what I did, I cheated. আমি সেকেন্ড স্ট্রিংটা সিতে টিউন করছিলাম, বি এর জায়গায় সি করে দিয়েছি। সো নিচে 3টা স্ট্রিং ওপেন অবস্থায় ইট ওয়াজ সি মেজর পার্ট।
Right, so that's another thing, alternate tuning. এটাও কিন্তু not many people did back. আচ্ছা, we have another question. So Mahmoud Rahman Polash said that Bedonar Cholabali is one of the best composition by Aurthohin, and I also agree with that. Then Naushad asked again, share some memories around AB and any special moments. And I'm sure you have.
I never really jammed with it, but we had a very good rapport. I mean, আমাকে প্রচন্ড স্নেহ করতেন, খুবই স্নেহ করতেন। আর দেখা হলে we had a very good rapport, যেটা বললাম আমিও খুবই রেসপেক্ট করতাম ওনাকে।
Bachchu Bhai was as far as I've known him, he was a very warm person. Whenever you meet him, he was always very nice and he always appreciated younger musicians. Guitarist দেখলে উনি কোনো সময় করতো না যে আমার মনে আছে I don't know if you remember 99 we did that Benson and Hayes Star Search contest.
Right.
And so we were one of the top 10s in the final show, and Bachchu Bhai was the judge there. Bachchu Bhai, James Bhai, they were the judges there. And so that day, he came up to me after the show because I was the youngest person. I was probably 16 at that time. And he started calling me Little Champ. And I met him many years after that, maybe 10 বছর পরে. He remembered that day. উনার মনে রাখতো সবকিছু।
But the thing that I really admire, he never stopped learning.
Exactly. I think that's very important for any musicians. Once we get to a certain level, there's no point of thinking that I have done it or I have done anything.
Right.
There's no end to learning. I mean, I've been playing full time probably 25 years now. But echono, every day I find things that wow me and I learn.
Compositionally, even if it was not his style, he never stopped.
Oh, Mehdi Bhai is here. Piklu Bhai, I don't know if you know Mehdi Bhai. Mehdi Bhai, he lives in USA. He's also a guitar player. So he's asking, I would like to know about rhythm playing on Kalorat on Rockstrata's first album. How did that come about? Yep, I have the same question.
I was too young to know anything. That was when Rockstrata Imran Bhai চলে যাওয়ার পরে যে শোটা করছিলাম, that was my first exposure playing with real musicians actually. তো কালোরাতে হঠাৎ করে ওই টাইমটাতে my parents were in the US and party time. তো যেদিন আমাকে আরশাদ ভাই ফোন করছে যে এই একটা ঝামেলা হয়ে গেছে, ফোন করে রিদম ট্র্যাকটা got deleted so you have to play. তারপরের দিন দুপুরে বেলায় আমার বাবা মার আশা করছে I had to clean the house, right? এই অবস্থায় গেছি, আচ্ছা দৌড়ে গেলাম। তো তখন জীবনে তো শুনিনি, পুরা একটা করে লাইন বাজিয়ে শোনানো হচ্ছে and okay I had to pick it up. আশাদ ভাই গাইড করছে this is in A, okay or whatever. I had to pick it up and play. And at that time, I had really no experience, uh, you know, in মানে cover tunes করা is something, but like in a recording situation, follow the snare or follow the kick drum or whatever. ওগুলা instruction তো we didn't have. আমরা সব তো হচ্ছে কি শুনা শেখা লোকজন, হ্যাঁ, মানে তো কানা ভাই মানে মাহবুব ভাই আর কি, মানে হি showed me সামনে ওই দুজন ভদ্রলোক বসে আছে and I had to record it. That ওটা ইমাজিন করলে আর কি মানে যা হয়
যত বড় নাইটমেয়ার হয়।
পিকলু ভাই, আমার একটা কোশ্চেন আছে। সো আপনি, আই নেভার আস্কড ইউ দিস, আপনি কি নিলয়দার স্টুডেন্ট ছিলেন? হু ওয়াজ ইওর টিচার? নিলয়দা?
আমার
ফার্স্ট টিচার ওয়াজ সেন্টু ভাই, মারা গেছেন উনি, মহৎপুরে ছিল। ওনাকে
সেন্টু ভাই ফেইথের, আমি খুব ভালো করে চিনি সেন্টু ভাইকে। ফেইথে বেস বাজাইতো, রাইট?
সকাল বিকাল আমার বাসার পিছনে বাসায় থাকতো, তো ঘুম থেকে উঠে চলে যেতাম এরকম। এনিওয়ে, ম্যাট্রিকের পরে কবি ভাই রেইনবোর, উনি ওনাকে বলছিলাম যে গিটার শিখবো, তখন বলছিলেন ঠিক আছে ভালো হতো। বাট I already knew Nilada by reputation. When they, Kamal Bhai and all other people, they played it. Shamshad Bhavane, they used to practice some things. So I've seen him in a Nilada, Nilada was like that. So I started with him in December 88, I think. So December 88 থেকে 90 পর্যন্ত, intermediate পর্যন্ত।
Do you wanna share some memories from those days?
Sorry. Oh, Niladar showed actually that so many things is possible. Like Van Halen, Spanish Fly. Yeah, he picked it by his ear and played. Of course, Trilogy. এগুলা তো উনি বাজাইছে, মানে ওনার সামনে দেখে আমরা we got inspired. Oh, আচ্ছা,
so I mean, like, it's not gonna be wrong if I say যে নিলয়দা is actually the godfather of Bangladeshi metal, heavy rock or whatever you say.
Yeah.
সবাই কমল ভাই থেকে শুরু করে সবাই নিলয়দার কাছে গেছে at some point.
Yeah. And he could understand the mechanics of the techniques,
And he was a very classical minded person, like very theory based and modes and all of that.
Yeah, but he never showed me, like he never go through the modes and things like that. I mainly learned just hanging around him. He played Aurthohin or whatever. এখানে কি হলো তখন হয়তো ওই জায়গাটা he slowed down and he played this is the
I learned modes from you.
I think
I used to read a lot actually. তখন তো ওই গিটার ম্যাগাজিন, একটা পাওয়া গেলে ওটার ফ্রন্ট কভার টু ব্যাক কভার মুখস্থ করা। So
there you go. We actually have a relevant question. So Naushad asks again, Piklu bhai, please talk about the Shrapnel artist, how that era shaped your playing. Who was your favorite? Because ওই সময় এই যে Shrapnel-এর ওই যে rock method and guitar books, those were the only option to learn something, right?
We didn't get those books. We used to get guitar work, guitar player magazines like that. আর Shrapnel-এর হচ্ছে ওই যে নীলাদা আবার চলে আসে, মানে cacophony, Jason Baker, how they were phrasing it, এগুলা he showed us.
This is how he's using the Eastern beat with Satriani, how he is using the Lydian mode.
উনি বলতেন যে নজরুল সঙ্গীত টাইপের সুর।
And মানে অনেকেই হয়তো জানে না যারা মোড শিখছে, all 7 modes has a equivalent দেশি ঠাট or রাগ,
obviously.
হ্যাঁ, মানে এটা অনেকে জানে না, মনে করে যে আমাদের দেশি রাগ বাজানো ঠাট বাজানো is অনেক different, but it's actually the same 7 notes reorganized different.
Right. You take the 12 notes
and
and
take
take
what
what
how many notes you want to take and make a sequence out of it. Right? Oh my God. 1 second. My data is going down. I have to come back again. Okay.
Okay,
Hang
hang
on.
on.
Okay, guys. So I see a question from Mahmoud Rahman Palas. Tell us the story of Shaddin. Yep. And of course, it is the longest Bangladeshi audio track, and Piklu Hai was the guitarist of that. Let's see. Well, while Piklu Hai comes back, I'll just play some guitar, I guess. So, I think I'm having some technical difficulties today. Rusha, by the end of it, hope one of us can win one-on-one session with Piklu Hai. Please pitch in. Okay, I can look into that. We definitely can. Not picking the fact. So, what's happening to me? I had this interface connected to my laptop, which would take the feed out of my the desktop behind me. I had to take it off because Rupam, the layer you gave in this one is not working. So it's your fault. Anyways, Abir Mannan, I am a volunteer in PD Music. Yes, you are, Dure Bhai. So, guys, I think it's been a while. It's actually been 45 minutes. So, I think Piklu is still having some issues. So, why don't we cut it off today? And we'll come back again next week. We can bring back Piklu Bhai again. Dure Bhai, আপনি next week চলে আসেন আপনি চুল কেটে. Thank you, man. I love it. This is awesome. You can take the other one. Okay, I'll come and pick it up. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching and thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next week, same time, and also go listen to BIM's track called Pathorgulo. This is our first original track in 10 years, and you know, like me, my brother, and the entire team, we put in a lot of effort. So, well, Pikluha is back. We have about 14 minutes left, so why don't we I'm gonna give the microphone back to Pikluhai, and I'm gonna highlight a couple of questions, or I'm just gonna mention the last thing to Pikluhai, and then we'll end it for today. So here you go, Pikluhai's back. So Pikluhai,
Hey.
so someone suggested, welcome back, someone suggested that I throw out a giveaway যেখানে you will have a one-on-one session with one of the viewers of this show today. How are you? Like, you know, they just give you a call and you just, teach them something maybe one day.
Sure.
Okay, there you go. Piklu, how is it? No, Shad?
জ্ঞান করতে পারলে কোনো প্রবলেম নেই.
Okay, so we'll schedule something and we'll so do asking what is he considers his magnum opus. So I guess the last question would be, what do you consider your magnum opus out of everything that you recorded?
Shabdin? I think so.
Well,
But it could be much better.
Well, someone actually asked, আপনি যখন চলে গেছিলেন কেউ একজন আস্ক করছে যে share some memories about Shabdin, the longest Bangladeshi track ever. So go ahead.
Is it still? 7 দিন মতো আমরা 7 দিনই করছিলাম। Sorry. And ওটা obviously, since from my memory, 6 degrees of inner turbulence এই দুটার ইনফ্লুয়েন্স ছিল। স্টোরিটা সুমন আমি we just threw each other কি হতে পারে। আমি সাইকোলজিক্যাল অ্যাসপেক্টটা বলছিলাম যে একটা শকিং নিউজের কি কি সাইকোলজিক্যালি হয়, like first session denial, then anger, then acceptance, the phases that you go through. So ওই এক এক দিনে এক একটা ফেজের মধ্যে দিয়ে গেছে। And স্টোরিটাতে লাস্টে তো টুইস্ট একটা থাকতেই হবে। So that was it. Too much influenced by Operation Mindtrain,
obviously.
Yep.
So আমাদের তখন মাথায় যাচ্ছিল।
Yeah, personally, I remember when that track came out, like Bangladesh, as a kid in Bangladesh, we could not even imagine that it's doable. Like Dream Theater did it, but that was almost impossible. But you guys did it too, and and it is, the rest is history.
The rest is history, yeah. Because অনেক কিছুই ছিল টোটালি ক্যাশ। মানে we had an idea, okay, এই জায়গাটা এরকম করবো, but আমি হয়তো সুমন একটা বিট বানালো। তারপরে আমি গেলাম, গিয়ে বললো যে make it on top of this, and he hit the red button. So ওই তখন যা আসছে
আমারও যেমন, like most of my favorite stuff are usually cash. বেশি চিন্তা ভাবনা করলে মানে পুরো গান নিয়ে ওভারঅল একটা স্ট্রাকচার I usually practice, and then অনেক জিনিস ভিতরে ক্যাশ হয়, and then I learn that again, relearn it.
Right. I go like 80%. 20% I leave it to chance. কি হচ্ছে 80% প্ল্যান, মানে আচ্ছা এই জায়গাটা এইরকম একটা মেলোডি করবো বা এই জায়গায় এরকম করবো। ইয়াং অবস্থায় যেটা ছিল হয়তো, আচ্ছা এই জায়গায় এই ট্রিকটা নতুন শিখছি, এই ট্রিকটা নিয়ে কিছু একটা করা দরকার। I'll do a 2-octave sweep over here, something like that. ওগুলা থাকে। তারপরে whatever happens.
Okay. So I have so many questions here. I don't think we can answer all these questions in this little time. So আমরা আজকে শেষ করে ফেলি পিকলু ভাই। Thanks a lot for joining in today. But we should do it more often. And maybe
let's do a part 2.
Yeah, let's do a part 2. We'll call Dure Bhai. Let's call Shumon Bhai one of these days. I know he's not doing so well. I'll talk to him and let's see if he can join. Maybe Russell Bhai ke ekdin daki. Maybe Joel Bhai ke ekdin daki. Let's do a Bangladeshi guitar hang.
Good.
And thanks a lot again for joining. And whoever is watching, we are gonna cut off now.
Okay. Thanks a lot, guys.
And thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot, Piklu bhai. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye.